Welcome to the Charity Lounge podcast. It's good to be back. We took a long break and we're back again. And today we have someone very interesting in the room. I always say that. But today she is super special. She is someone I admire so much. And, I love to call her my mentor, although she doesn't do titles. But then she started mentoring me before she knew she was my mentor. And today we have Caroline Popoola here.
Thank you so
Drum
much for
roll.
having me. Thank you for having me. So you said you have someone in the room
Yeah.
and then you did super special.
Yeah.
So if you hadn't said that, I was gonna say, hello, special, thank you very much. So well done.
Thank
You could
you.
read my mind. It's lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I know this has been a long time coming.
Yeah,
How
it
many
has.
appointments did I cancel again?
Well, not many,
Okay.
not many.
Or did I not remember?
Not many. But then it just shows how busy you are and how you keep impacting the world every day.
All right.
So coming on the podcast, you have to like kind of sneak it in.
Okay.
So I do appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you, baby.
So let us meet you.
Mm.
People have heard your name, Caroline Popoola, and I think we were at an event 2 or 3 weeks ago, and someone met you. Someone was trying to introduce her to you, and she was like, "You're my mentor." And I'm like, "How many people does she even mentor without her knowing that she's their mentor?" So, what do you do? Who are you?
Thank you, Tolu. I think just before I answer that question, regarding the whole thing around mentoring and stuff, I remember learning that from Mrs. Ibukan, where you go to an event and people come up to you and say, "Oh, I want you to mentor me. I want you to mentor me." You're thinking, she's gonna, "Oh, have you read my books? Have you done this? Have you done that?" If you haven't done any of that thing, like genuinely,
Mm-hmm.
because through those books, through the conversations,
She's
through the kind,
mentoring you.
that's the quiet mentoring. So it doesn't have to be so like I touch you, you touch me kind of physical kind of
Yeah.
mentoring. So and I'm just grateful for that, and I'm grateful to God. I'm a woman of faith, so I'm very, very grateful that people would even come out and say they're your mentees
Mentees.
and stuff like that. You never think when you're doing whatever it is you're doing that God has called you to do that you're even impacting anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember listening to a gentleman called Stephen Harris, and when he was going to start his program or something he did in Nigeria, and he said, for the audience of one.
Mm.
So you're not doing it for anyone, you're not doing it for a show, you're doing it for the audience of one, which is just you.
You.
And,
Yeah.
and that's it. So what I do, I work with children. I run a chain of childcare settings in London, and I've done that for 21 years. Yeah, I know, right? That just gives my age away. And in addition to that, I do other businesses, quite a few other businesses. So in total, we have about 5 or 6 different businesses.
Mm.
But I think what really keeps me going and is my impact at the moment, which is what we do, my friends and I, we do an event in Nigeria, or across Africa, I would say, because we have over 10 African countries that attend every time we go in. And the last one we had was in 2025.
Mm.
And it's every July, second July of the year, of the second week in July.
Mm-hmm.
And we had over 2,200 people in attendance. So it's a lot around teachers. My background is early years,
Yeah.
working with children under the age of 5, because for so many mothers, or that's the most impactful time of their life,
Mm-hmm.
that you could really change what you put into them, what you sow into the children. So for some reason, I've just taken that upon ourselves to try and see how can we encourage teachers across Africa. I know we have issues in the UK, and that's not taken away, but we do have the knowledge as well. We have the information to hand. We're able to access those information easily, whereas in Africa, it's not that way. That way. So for me, having to see what more can I do to help teachers across Africa
Mm-hmm.
to really understand what it is to be a child under the age of 5 and what you should do with those children, as opposed to calling a child idiot and stupid and you're useless and expecting them to know their numbers by the age of 2. And I'm thinking, yeah, right.
That's
You know,
that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
so I feel that's just not on at all. And we just need to know a different way of doing it. So they're great. Teachers are great. They're incredible. They're amazing. What they impact on the child is priceless. But it's how you do it that would then mean the child remembering what teachers made a difference to my life, because they can make and break a child. So I think for me, that's why I do what I do. And when you see teachers in Africa, how hungry, and when I say hungry, I don't mean in terms of literally food. I mean in terms of information, in terms of knowledge, in terms of how they appreciate how you impact their lives. Like, you just can't but help and come back and come and do the same, so. And when they DM you or even the team and say, as a result of what you did last month, this is how my life has changed, and you're thinking, really?
So let's rewind. Now, you do this great work with teachers, and you have, those that don't know, she has 16 nurseries in the UK, and it's not easy to run one. And you have a woman who is a powerhouse who runs 16. Like, how do you even do it? And do you have a teaching background? I've heard your story. I know your story. What gave birth to that? What gave birth to that? I like to hear stories, and I like to tell stories.
I know, right? Storyteller. So we have 16 settings, childcare settings in London. So some of them are nurseries, some of them are franchise, and some of them are breakfast and after school
So
clubs.
she has 16 childcare settings, not nurseries. Sorry,
so
I take that back.
I just thought I'd correct that.
Thank you.
But trust me, the stress is still the same, I tell you. And but the main thing is we own all of it. We own all of it. So it's not like we bought into somebody else's franchise or anything. So, and then back to your question, to be honest, I knew that I get bored easily. I worked in insurance for so many years when I was younger, and I worked in insurance for about 12 years. And after 12 years, I was made redundant and thought to myself, okay, what is it I can do, that I can just tell people what to do and not really work hard and just, and that's...
Is there anything like that?
21 years later, I realized, no, there isn't, so, and that's why I thought. And a friend of mine at the time, she's still my good friend now, and she's gone, oh, Caroline. So I called her crying, oh, I've been made redundant and all that stuff. Because I just felt my husband didn't understand. And I said, I've been sacked. He's gone, no, babes, you've been made redundant. I said, no. Yeah, but I don't have a job. Sack, made redundant, whatever.
Same difference.
Exactly. And I called my friend and she's gone, oh, I'm thinking about starting a childcare thing in the house. So tell me, what does that work like? What does that look like, And I just took her words and just started putting one foot in front of the other and thought to set up at home. Obviously... I didn't think I was that patient. So that didn't work. But that's where the idea stemmed from. But the number one thing was, that would give me money, but I wouldn't have to work so hard. That was it. However, obviously, I say lie, because you actually work more because your business, because you want success and you want it to work and good reputation, excellence. So that's how we started. So I wasn't trained in education in early years or anything like that. I always say my passion's business. So
your passion is money. What is it? Business or money?
Well, it was more money. Do you know what? Early days when I first started, and if I actually had an opportunity to speak anyway, the first thing I say is, guys, I like money. But I've grown up a bit more. But I still like money. Oh my God, I still love money. But money makes things happen. That's what it is. So let's not. And you know what? It's almost like a taboo. Gee, why do people do that? Just talk about it. It's no big deal.
I like money.
So it's almost like a taboo. You can't say it. Why? If there's no money, you can't, so but so that was the motive at the time. And then it led into finding my passion.
Okay.
And I know people would listen to this, oh yeah, you can't say your passion is money, or you can't because of money, that's why you're doing certain things you're doing, because it's like a taboo, it's like a cliche. No, you can't say that. You must have a passion. You must, guys, if you don't do what you're doing, how would you know what you're passionate about? So if I hadn't gone into childcare, which it wasn't for the love of children, I tell you that. So
I like that
it,
sincerity.
it wasn't. I love the kids now, but I'll be happy to give it back at 6:30 in the evening. I never want to take any of them home. So, let's put it that way. So, but whilst they're with us, my team know they're the most important things in our lives. Between 7:30 and 6:30, Monday to Friday, they mean the world to us and to me. You know, so they bring me so much joy. I love them to bits. But at the same time, I'm happy to give back at 6:30 at night. I'm sure the parents will call me names if I don't get them back anyway. So, but yes, so that's the background.
Yes. So this then gave birth to what you do in Nigeria for teachers.
Yes.
Now, and you said something about teachers making you or breaking you earlier. I don't like maths. It's as bad as my child can walk in now and give me something. Once I see symbols, plus equals to, I'm like, I don't know it. I've not seen it. I don't know it's 5 plus 5. But I think that fear or that disconnect happened when I was in secondary school. So my maths teacher would, I had this oblong head growing up, and my maths teacher would kind of call me to say Olofinro. My surname was, my maiden name, Olofinro, and he would say Ologoro, come here. Because you have the don't worry.
I did.
So so it would call me, describing me with my head shape.
Right.
And it would ask me to solve the equation on the board. And as I took the chalk trying to solve it, it would rub my head. And everyone would laugh. And it made me dislike maths.
Yeah.
And I still have it till this very day, So I can't imagine someone doing that to my child now, And I remember that there were some very good teachers as well that I will never, ever forget. Yeah. So how did you then, why did it matter to you?
Do you know what? I ask myself the same question, and every time, I generally don't know why. Sometimes, so for example, there's certain things that I generally can't stand. Like, I can't stand when people bully people, when you use your authority I can't stand all of that stuff. And people then ask, have you been bullied? No, I've never been bullied. I generally just can't stand it. It's just not in the things I enjoy watching or looking at, talking down at people. And I guess same thing when it comes to teachers. I genuinely couldn't tell you I had a bad teacher. I hated school, full stop. So whether the teacher was nice or not, it's besides the point. I didn't care. So I hated school. I hated anything learning. I hated anything sitting still. So it's not for that. And my friends will tell you, when we do the event, I get so emotional because I ask God, why am I even so passionate about this? I genuinely can't tell you why. I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Why I'm so passionate about what I do, and how I love those teachers so much. And I love their learning, the impact, the changes I see in their lives.
So do you train them? What do you do?
So what we do is because if you're going to make a change, it starts with the mindset.
Yes.
And it's only when the mindset's renewed, that's when anything positive can actually go in and they see themselves in that light.
Yes.
So I knew from the onset, I make it sound like not me. I say the Holy Spirit, whoever it is that gave me the idea, knew from the onset that it starts with the mind.
Yeah.
And for it to start with the mind, what do we have to do? First and foremost, I had to take them to a place where they could never imagine in their life that they belong, that they could even enter.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's the start. So if you can't visualize yourself in a space like this, why do I even deserve to be here? Is the question you're asking. Then you're thinking, okay, God, how did you get me here? And that verse in the Bible that says, "Who am I that you're so mindful of me?"
Yeah.
would start to come into their minds.
Yeah.
And then thinking, okay, we're now starting to penetrate the mind. What else do? We bring people that they admire, because it's not about me, because they don't know me. I don't live in Nigeria. They don't know me. Maybe now a little bit, but before then, no one
But
knew
they
me.
know you because I'm trying to work with Subeb. And when I was
yeah.
talking to one of the
Yeah.
guys, I was like, oh, do you know anyone called Caroline Popoola? She does something for teachers. Oh yeah, I've been.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, oh yes,
Okay.
I've been to one of her. She does something amazing.
Oh, you're back because they ain't talking to us.
Yeah, so you should get feedbacks like
Yeah.
that because he spoke so well about the program, the
Oh
impact,
wow.
and everything. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. This
See,
was just a
yeah.
few days ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's good news then. What else would you like me to say on the podcast? No, but and that's so good to hear. That's so good to hear. That means people are watching, and that's what it's about. That you remember when we said for the audience of one.
Yes.
It's not about who is seeing what or who is talking about it. You just carry on doing what you've been called to do, i.e., make an impact in your own little way that you know how. So I think for me, getting people they admire into the room, and then people talking education, i.e., speaking their languages, and like, how can you be the best version of yourself as a teacher?
Yeah.
So we get them in the room, and people they have grown up watching within the environment. We bring them in. I may not necessarily have known these people because, again, that's not my space in terms of where I live or work. But I could see the way they react to all of this stuff they're learning. And then we have things like first aid, which first aid in Nigeria could be a bit of we have them coming live on stage to come and show them how to save a child's life or whatever it is, so we do things like that. We talk about safeguarding, which again is not a language we speak very much about in Africa. So all of those things, we're bringing them in, which is good practice for us here. It's just like second nature. So we bring them in, we bring professionals within their space in to come and talk to them about all of this stuff. And they start to question their practices and think, okay, based on what we've learned, what can we do differently? And that's where we go. So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about changing your practice, changing your ways, one step at a time. We're not even saying 360 degrees. Just one step at a time, making that difference. And when you go into a classroom thinking, you matter. You look at that child and say, you matter. And I do care about you.
It's interesting because when you look at the education system, the healthcare system in Nigeria, you find that a lot of the personnels can be very rash. They can be very aggressive. And I use aggressive for want of words, and that's because they don't feel appreciated. One of the reasons is the fact that they don't feel appreciated, maybe from their pay, how they're treated and stuff like that. So you doing something like this really goes a long way to tell them that, you know what, people see you, people appreciate the things that you do. It might take a while, but we will get there. I've seen videos of people appreciating their teachers from many years ago, and this saying, teachers reward
this is in heaven. No,
but
we want to hear.
They should really get it here. And if you're watching this podcast today and you have a teacher, or you had a teacher when you were younger who was very good to you, even maybe the bad ones as well, try to reach out to them because they really give a lot. They give a lot and they get very little in return. So if you're doing well, some guy reached out to me once. Is my auntie, my mom's younger sister. She's now retired, was a teacher. She was my teacher in primary school. And when the guy was asking me out, then he was in America. And when he found out, oh, you're Auntie Tony's niece, he was like, I need to say thank you to her.
Look at that.
Because I'm successful because of her. I was the bad child.
Mm.
But she made sure she
Yeah.
auto
Yeah.
corrected me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I am here. And he went to Nigeria sometime and made sure he saw her, bought her a wristwatch, but gave her money. And I'm like, oh wow, should I go be a teacher now? Yes. So there are many people that would want to do something. Okay, let's even talk about growth. So this thing you do for teachers, when you started 5, 6 years ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So when you started, how many teachers did you get?
So the first year, and I want people to, when you listen to this part of it, I want you to pay attention only because when God has called you to do something, and I mean, no apology. I was going to say, sorry, I'm referring back to God, but no apology taking, none whatsoever.
We are who we are.
Exactly, right? So, when you've been called to do something, regardless of whether you're God or whatever it is, you have an intention to do something, go for it. Never give up. Because I say that to say, I genuinely don't know anywhere in Nigeria. I genuinely do not know anywhere in Nigeria at all prior to starting the event.
Yeah.
I didn't have, my mom's old or older. My sister lives in Abuja, so I didn't have anyone in Lagos. The friends I made, and they've just been valuable to me now, I met them online during COVID. So we just chatted during COVID and stuff like that. They had programs I would attend online so I don't lose my mind during COVID, and so on, like we all did. And when the idea came, I'm like, okay, where do I even go? Again, friends I met online just made one or two things happen. I don't know, space anywhere in Lagos, the hall or whatever. Anyway, we just planned between a February and a July, made it happen. And my friends and I have the best friends ever.
Yes, she does. No
She
cap.
knows.
She does.
I have the best friends
I
ever.
know.
And we went to Nigeria, and they, I mean, come on, if you're actually gonna go to Nigeria with your friends, or you're gonna go anywhere, you go with the ones that know places, right? They don't even know. It's the blind leading the blind, so but somehow the first event we went to, or we did, obviously we picked speakers from Nigeria, that we met online, and the first event we had 350 teachers. I say that to say, one of my friends in Nigeria who was one of the speakers, she then turned around after the event, said, Caroline, you should really be thanking God. I'm thinking, yeah, why? She's gone, you don't live in Nigeria, you don't know anyone in Nigeria, you just put stuff online, people just attend, and you have 350 people. A free event that people will book and not bother coming is free. What is it they're going to give
no
us that is free?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I knew that, and I said thank you, Lord. Because genuinely, I just thought, okay, we'll just do it because that's what he's asked me to do. And I honestly was expecting between 60 and 100 people. 60 and 100.
wow.
And then we had 350. The following year, we had over 900. The year after that, we had over 1,200. And then last year, I thought, okay, we're not going to push this space. We're just going to manage this space. We're not going to push. And then we had over 2,000 something. All right, Caroline, stop limiting God. So the space we have 5, now, the space we have for this year, 2026, is 3,005.
Okay.
So from 2002, we should be okay.
Okay.
Auntie's money. But you know one thing, God, I got again last year from God. He said, get out of my way.
Yeah.
That speaks volume.
Don't put him in a box.
Don't limit me. Stop boxing me.
So let's see how it goes.
So and yeah, so to me, and a woman of faith, you just know that if you know the God you serve and what he's doing, say, don't stand in my way.
Don't.
And a friend of mine called me the morning of the event for 2025 to pray with me, and she said, God said, get out of my way.
That's powerful.
That is, even now, just saying it, I can still feel the same way I felt on that day that she called and said it. And I had to put the phone on speakerphone and say to all my friends, listen, he's saying to us, not me, he's saying to us, stop limiting me.
Yeah.
I'm about to do something. Don't limit me.
Don't. Yeah.
I said to my friend this morning, I said, me, I'm getting bored of this. Yes, because I get bored easily.
Yeah.
But then, that's a trait of being an entrepreneur anyway.
Yeah.
So I get bored easily. I don't do the operation side of things. I'm more sort of like, right, what next? What next? I'm constantly moving. So I'm saying I'm bored. I'm thinking, right, what next? Like, genuinely, we need to flip this thing upside down,
Yeah.
But he's so faithful. I have to remind myself, Caroline, it's not about you.
It's really not. And that just shows that when it's God given, like I always say, I'm Christian, I believe in God. So from time to time you will hear me talk about my belief. That we need to get used to. If it's God's will, it's his will. And in my walk, doing this change making, social impact, in this journey, God has shown me many times that it's not you, it's me. You're just a vessel. And if you refuse to be used, I will use someone else. So it's either you want to be filled and I'll use you, or you move. So sometimes, even when I'm in doubt and I want to do things, God is always putting someone there to remind me, Tolulope, that when we wanted to feed children, we had chicken, we had all the food ready, we didn't have rice. From nowhere, someone called me and said, when is your event? Oh, I have 2 bags of rice and I have some money. And it was exactly what we needed. So who are you to now? It's not your assignment.
Tolulope, do you know what? Even regarding my business, right? Like every single branch of my business has been a testimony. Like genuinely a massive testimony that honestly, I promise you, I am one of those people, one of those Christians, like growing up. You say, hey, God did this, and I gave somebody a suit and they gave me it's a lie. I don't believe it. Like, I'm one of them. When he then starts to do stuff, I'm like, how do I even say it?
Yeah.
Like, you generally would not believe it because it's so like unbelievable. It generally is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that's the God. There are times in business, God has shown me the first time he's done it well. The second time he's done it well. The third time I'm thinking, okay, so he's giving me this idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You're helping me. Okay, help me. Like literally, I took a loan. And God, I know it's you with your weird sense of humor. Like I took a loan to say, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. This premises is coming through. I'm going to use the loan to pay part of it and do it. Do you know what? The people that were going to sign the contract decided, oh, we're not signing just yet.
Oh, wow.
And I've taken a loan. You have to start paying back. I spent all the money before they signed.
Oh, wow.
Like all of it. Like spent all the money. Because life happened, things happen. I spent all the money. And as soon as I finished spending the money and I had the debt, they then say, oh, we're ready to sign.
No.
And then I had to find money. Somehow the business just paid the money for the deposit. And they said, hey, you're trying to help me.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Exactly. Have I let you down before? Why are you trying to help me?
I think it's just the human nature. We want to run faster than the manufacturer,
Because at one point I said, I've got the loan, I've had enough. I'm just going to use the money for something else. And then I went on holiday. The was like, so who is pulled out exactly? The people haven't said they're not doing anymore. Me, I haven't given you a sign that no longer is when
it's not working.
So it's you're fighting.
Yeah.
So I had to repent and then just sat still and made all the money went, and then they called me to come and sign.
Oh, wow.
That was my lesson. Okay, I apologize, Lord. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So now
Oh no, I've learned so much.
full surrender,
Totally.
total surrender. So
Totally.
we probably
101%. I
we
don't even try anymore.
yeah. It's harder trying,
Mm, mm,
it's harder trying,
mm.
and sometimes we don't see the full picture,
Yeah.
and it
You
gets us.
he'll never show you the full
No,
picture
it
though.
gets us worried that, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? And that's when we try to press buttons we're not even sure we should
That
be
you have no
pressing.
business pressing.
Exactly. So a lot of people want to do what you do.
Mm,
A lot of people are in the diaspora. They want to give back
mm,
in a way,
mm,
whether, I don't know, whatever scale, small, medium,
mm,
large. But they're scared.
mm,
There's no trust.
mm,
They don't even know where to
mm,
start.
mm,
What would your advice be to anyone who is looking to start something in terms of giving back?
mm. That's a priceless question.
And what you're giving back,
Mm,
people think giving back is just, oh, this person is hungry, I'm giving this person 20 pounds, I'm giving you 200 pounds. For me, I think that's always giving fish.
mm.
But what you're doing is teaching them how to fish. So how do people get that mindset of, you know what, I really want to do this, and how can I do it in a more sustainable way? Because what you're doing opens you up to partners, it opens you up to people that can fund it, although you've been self-funding a lot. But then what you do, you've grown in capacity such that any organization would want to be a part of it.
Mm.
So, what would your advice be to people like that?
So what I say is start wherever you are.
Mm.
So we never thought, and it's so you could never imagine it. Like every year we go, my friends and I, and they've been incredible. They've been every single year. Every year we go, you never thought. Like when you see 2,000 chairs now, no, honestly, when you see 2,000 chairs with white
Yeah,
decoration, whatever, you're
covers,
thinking,
yeah.
are you
Who will feel
sure?
this? It's.
And then you come in the morning from 7, and then you think,
I'd really love to experience it.
no, honestly,
I'd
it's a
really love
different,
to.
and it's not a church event, it's not a concert,
Mm-hmm.
learning.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to your question, I say start wherever you are. Even the dream wasn't to have, there was no dream.
Mm.
He just says go. And honestly, my team will tell you they saw real Caroline, the real Caroline, not the Jesus Caroline, the real Caroline that's not polished. When
I need
I
to.
go,
I
you
don't
need
know if
to,
I want to see
no,
that.
no, 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 no. The unpolished Caroline, when I got into the hall the first day, I'm thinking, like literally all of my accent was
Vanished.
I'm actually embarrassed myself, but because we said we have to do the behind the scene of all of this alpha global stuff, because and they can tell you what I really am like, because I'm thinking, guys, you can't be serious. You mean you think money is on the floor in London? Like literally, this space is too big. This is ridiculous. Where are the people gonna come from? I said 60 people.
Mm.
And then and this God has blessed me with people that are so softly spoken, and they know when I'm doing
Yeah.
the calming,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, CP, it's okay. We'll be all right. It's not a problem." We were begging for chairs. We were begging the hall for chairs. They, oh no, you're gonna break the law, like safeguarding or safety and all that.
Yeah, health and safety.
I said, guys, it doesn't matter. Just hire more bouncers. It's no big deal. We would. And because we're coming out of COVID, they're still doing the 2 meters stuff,
Yeah.
So even then, 350 people sat.
Wow.
We were expecting, Caroline was expecting 60 max. I said, oh, well, I guess they can demarcate the hole so the camera don't show like it's not filled up.
Mm.
And the rain in July in Nigeria, like crazy rain. They still came in the rain. So I go back to say, wherever you are, start wherever you are. This year you do 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
Next year you do 5.
Yeah.
The following year, just have aspiration that, okay, I would like to, maybe in 5 years, I'd like to do 1,000.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. Be realistic about it. But not doing is not an option.
Yeah.
Not doing is not an option. I say that again. You must do. You must impact. God has called you to make a change, to
Yeah.
be the change, and it starts with you. If you don't do it, like you said earlier, he'll use somebody else.
Yes.
And the Bible's, I don't want no stone taking my place.
No stone.
So because then what is the value of a salt in the soup if it's lost its taste?
Yeah. Or
What?
light that is not shining.
Exactly. Or light that is put under a bushel.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you put yourself under a bushel?
Mm-hmm.
And then the purpose of which you are made is not seen
Yeah.
or experienced by anyone. So start wherever you are. Start with one. Start with two. And I promise you, I know they say trust in Africa, all of that stuff. God knows this. In the 4 years that we've been,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the minimum we've spent will probably be the first year. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe about 15 million naira or whatever. And that's when dollars was doing dollars. Not now that dollars is so ridiculous. But that's when dollars was doing dollars. And so at the time, we spent probably about 15, 17 million.
Yeah.
Up till now, as of last year, we spent over 60, 80 million.
Yeah.
I promise you, we've never got one person duped us. And everybody is based in Nigeria.
So that means they're still very credible people in Nigeria.
Definitely.
Yes.
And honestly, we've done media rounds, we've done PR, we've done all sorts that you need to do. And we've never had one person duped us. And somehow, he just makes the money available.
He does.
We've never had funding from anywhere. And that's when you know God has sent you. I remember the first year we used the money, we literally scrounged around, didn't know how thing was going to plan out. And every time, they want money again, somehow from the business sponsored it. And then one of my friends sat down and she said, no, I think it was the following year. She sat down and she said, Caroline, you would not use a penny of your money next year. And she said it so clearly to my assistant, and my assistant's like, oh, okay. By the third year, when she called, say, okay, let's start planning. We'll say, oh yeah, we've done this, we've done this. Say, oh, okay. So in terms of funding, where we're gonna, I said, oh, we already have a budget and the money is already in the account. She's gone, no, but I said, don't ask me how. I don't know how. Somehow we put 2,000 today, 1,000 tomorrow, 20,000.
Yeah.
The money based on the budget is already accounted for. That's by January before the July.
So that's like 5 months early.
Exactly.
Or 6.
And I could not tell you how. The one thing is, I know as a leader, I'm very proactive. I constantly think in advance. And I already have the budget for this year already from November.
Yeah.
And I know, all right, so you're telling me I'm looking for 80 million, right? Okay, fine, not a problem. And 200 today, 100 tomorrow, whatever. And somehow, by the time you say Jack, the money's there already.
Yeah.
And that's when I then realize, okay, yeah, I hear you. I see you.
Yeah.
I acknowledge you constantly.
If it's God's will, it's his bill. It will pay the bill.
And that's what it is. So don't ever think someone's going to dupe you. Don't ever think the money is never enough. Don't ever, because if he sends you, he would also make the resources available that you would use.
100%. 100%. It's been very interesting, and I have loved this episode really so well because she's speaking my language. For those that know, I do a lot of things in Nigeria with children and families, and I understand how it feels sometimes, the highs and the lows and everything. But I think what's dangerous is not doing anything. What's dangerous is you having it in your head. And again, I say to people that no one has monopoly of ideas.
Never.
What you're thinking now, someone else is thinking it. And if you're not starting, someone else is starting. So nobody stole your idea. You just didn't start when God gave you the idea. So it's been amazing having you.
Thank you so much.
And you know that I admire you a lot and what you do. And yes, thank you very much for coming all the way.
She you know this, I when you So I'm learning certain things. And I mean, guys, see her, right? I had an event. Where was it? Where was I going to present? Was I going to
In
present in
Nigeria.
Nigeria, in
Yeah,
Abuja, innit?
yeah.
I had to call. I'm thinking, right, this storytelling business, come and talk to me. So, like literally, we went through a session together. So I hear you and I appreciate you. And I'm learning to take this praise when people say, oh, you're this and you're that. It's still a lesson. And you tell me about all these things. Hey, CP, you need to, accept it and all that. And I accept. So, and thank you for being a blessing in my life as well. And I think I don't want to say older people. Listen, Tolu is the baby. Me,
I'm a
I'm
baby.
older than Tolu. So we get that right, right? So if you consider old, I'm not old, but it's okay. So
Yeah,
for
youngish.
yeah, gee, can't you see? Any wrinkles? No wrinkles. Anyway, so what I'm about to say is you can learn from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And the fun part about being alive at this time, guess what? We're the best generation ever. We've got the analog side
Mm-hmm.
and we've got the digital side. So it wouldn't get any better than us.
Mm-hmm.
So, first and foremost, embrace that, love it, and literally show yourself of that. Hey, my generation is the best generation. Secondly, learn from young, learn from old. It's us working together that makes it work. And I'm looking at the camera because I know it's so thank you for being a blessing even in my life and for even teaching me areas you CP, look, you can do this, kind of thing. I
You
appreciate
can.
you. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
very,
Thank you
very
very
much.
much. I
So
appreciate you as well. And people really need to hear your story. Like your
she
full
keeps saying, she
story.
keeps
Your
saying,
full story. Like
don't
you
worry,
you
we'll do bite size.
you
We'll do bite
yeah,
size.
yeah. They'll be blown away because I'm sure the people that are stuck where they are because they have something similar. They have similar experiences, but they've never been able to come out of that box that their experiences have put them in. So stay tuned. CP is coming back very soon, but I'll let you know when. There's something I do before I let people go,
Okay.
and it's fire round.
Oh
I'll just ask you
goodness.
questions.
All right
No, I
then.
won't ask too
No,
many
it's okay.
questions,
It's
and
okay.
you can really think about it, and
Oh, okay.
it's just
Thank you for giving permission to think.
no, it's not that deep. It's very
I'm only
easy.
teasing.
So, Lagos or London?
Oh God, it's Lagos. Hey, what are you doing? Che, if I can uproot my family. No, like it's not even the kids, it's my husband. Do you know what? I know you've asked this question. There was a time I fought with God, though. And I
Really?
said, how can you make me a woman? Because a man, you just tell your wife, baby, we're going, we're going. But
Exactly.
whereas as a woman, say, baby,
Can I?
God gave
I'm
me,
thinking.
God, He didn't give me, like, no, we're not going. You're not going.
Yeah.
And I'm such a risk taker. And I'm like, God, how could you make me a woman? Like, I could just, if I'm a man, I just say, we're going. Sure, you're coming. If you're not coming, hey, see you later. But yeah, but do you know what? I'm glad we've got to the understand now. The kids are older. I'm like, babes, I'm
I'm
going.
popping
Sure,
and
you're
going.
coming. We have the tickets. We can buy tickets together. So God
Okay.
has blessed us enough that we can both go if we
Yeah.
want to go,
Yeah.
and so we still have that thing of being together. But I go about doing what I want to do. So Lagos all the way,
All the
love.
way.
Or Lagos
Okay.
all the
I
way.
know the answer to this. Tea or coffee?
Coffee. Yes.
Coffee. I was going to buy you something,
Okay.
like a desk, something you can put on your desk,
Okay.
and it says coffee first, please.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I think my team would even like it because I'm walking in, I just flash it like that. And they just know, all right, coffee. But they're
Yeah.
brilliant. I mean, they've been with me for so long. As soon as I walk in, they actually walk in behind me with the coffee.
Oh, nice.
So they're lovely like that. Yeah.
Nice. I
So
want to be like you when I grow up. So, one last word you would say to people who would listen to this or who are listening.
I think the most knowledge you have would be based on your last experience. And I hope that makes sense. The reason I said that is only recently I booked myself onto a business school in Spain. And only because I just felt, okay, I know London inside out. I mean, I grew up in London, like literally, I know the language, I know everything about London. So the learning and everything, I just want to be exposed to different spaces, different
Yeah.
culture, get out of my own way because I'm so comfortable. I don't like getting out of
Comfort
anything that,
zone.
no, I don't like any of that. So I just thought, look, Caroline, you're going to push yourself. So recently I enrolled and started in October, and being in the room, one thing I found out, regardless whether you're black, green, white, yellow, blue, or whatever, culture, black, white, girl, boy, as long as you have an idea or your mindset, you accepted the fact that you've become an entrepreneur in whichever way or format, the problem is the same thing. The issues are the same thing. What makes you different is the fact that you decide to act and the other person is not acting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only difference. So, which one are you? Are you the one that decides you have an idea, you're going to pursue it regardless of, and I always say, let money be the last reason why you're not doing whatever it is you're called to do.
Mm-hmm.
I say, for example, if you have a business idea and you come into a space with lots of people in it, and they say, "Oh, hello, Tolu. So good to meet you. How are you? So what do you do?" Which is the standard question. Like, oh, I run something called the Charity Lounge, and yeah, my dream is to have this space where people can just come in and, okay. So have you thought? That sounds really lovely. Wow, I'd love to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought of how much it's going to cost, or why are you not doing it? Oh, capital and all that. Oh, okay. Have you thought about? Oh no, well,
I feel you're talking to me.
I'm sorry. If the cap fits, is it cap or shoe? One of them.
Oh,
Shoe.
it has
Something,
a
sha. It
size.
has to fit. so, so, so really,
Mm-hmm.
if I then say how much, and oh, I haven't worked there, guess what? You've just lost me.
Yeah. Yeah. Be prepared, basically.
So I say, my pastor say, proper preparation prevent poor performance.
Mm.
So prepare, over prepare, and let money be the last reason in which you haven't done the things you have to do.
Yeah.
So if you have the idea, go for it. The girl sitting here is not because she's smart.
Mm.
And do I still get the insecurities? Yes. Do I get the imposter syndrome? Yeah. Do I think I belong in the room or not belong in the room? Yeah. Do I still get all those fears? Yeah. Like, what is it? I think I have in bucket load. The one thing I do, one, I know I'm proactive, and two, I don't have negative people around me. I do negative
Very
all by myself. I
important.
don't need extra.
Mm.
So if you know yourself, go for it. Whatever
For
it
it.
is, even the smartest of the smartest people, they still have those negative
Moments.
stuff and
Yeah.
those moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't stop yourself. The only person that can stop you is you.
It's you. Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you said one word, but hey, how many words is that? Like 2005?
200. That's so don't let the negativity in your head stop you. Don't let that thing that talks to you that doesn't really exist stop you. Go for it. Whatever it is you want to do, just go for it. And for those that have not subscribed to the Charity Lounge, this is for you. It's free to subscribe. So press that button and subscribe free of charge. Have a wonderful time, day. Bye.